you see it doesn't matter what white is going to play. Black's setup is generally the same. He plays his queen to a5, knight b to d7, he castles with the king, he plays rook f b8, and then slowly he attacks the opponents. There is Hiram and you're watching Hiram Chess. In this video, we are going to talk about another sideline of this opening Benko Gambit, and we are going to understand how you can play this sideline at the highest level. Now, if you have not watched the previous two videos on this particular opening, that is Benko Gambit, I strongly suggest that the link is in the description. You click the link and watch those videos first and then come back to this video. So let us get started. So white opens up with d4, knight f6, c4, c5, d5, b5, c into b5, a6, b into a6, g6, and here we have seen that white generally plays the move knight c3 and defends the d5 pawn. However, here white can also play another move, that is the move knight f3. And this move generally is not very common with players playing at a local level, and here knight f3 basically serves the idea to go back knight d2. Now you might be wondering that Hiram, why do we want to go knight d2? What is the logic of going back knight d2? And that is something I will explain in a moment. But again, I want to tell you that this is not a very common opening, so don't focus all of your time preparing this opening. You should know what white does here, but do not spend too much time preparing this opening. Instead, prepare the move knight c3 well if you are going to play the Benko Gambit, and the black side when you play the Benko Gambit. So let's see knight f3. Black obviously captures, bishop into a6, knight c3, he defends the d5 pawn. Black plays d6, he doesn't allow the white pawn on d5 to go forward. And here white plays the move knight d2. Now this looks odd. This looks like, oh, but what is white doing? He's moving the same piece two times. What is the logic behind this move? And the logic is very simple. After black plays the move bishop g7, white plays the move e4 here. And the point is, now when black is going to capture the white bishop on f1, white is simply going to capture knight into f1, and basically he saves his castle. So next moves, white is simply going to play knight e3, and then he was going to play the move short castles. So black plays this move queen a5. Now basically, again, it doesn't matter what white does. White's plan is always the same. He plays his queen to a5, he castles with the king, plays his knight to the d7 square, so knight b d7, and basically puts his rook on h8 to the b8 square. And then all his pieces, they attack white's queen side. And that's the reason I call this opening Benko Gambit as a very, very practical opening. Because the reason is, you see, it doesn't matter what white is going to play, black's setup is generally the same. He plays his queen to a5, knight b to d7, he castles with the king, he plays rook f b8, and then slowly he attacks the opponent's king. So with that, white plays the move bishop d2. Now it may look scary when you look at it for the first time, but actually white has no real threat here. His pieces cannot go anywhere. His knight cannot go somewhere and give a very dangerous discovered attack. That's not possible here. So we can simply develop our pieces. So castles, knight e3, knight b d7, castles, and here black plays another amazing move. You can pause the video here and you can think about the move. So here the amazing move that black plays is the move queen a6. And some of you might be thinking that, okay, why we should play the move queen a6? Why not simply go rook f b8? But the reason is, if we simply play the move rook f b8, black is simply going to play the move knight c4, and now you see both these knights are extremely strong and we should not allow that. And for that reason, here black plays the move queen a6. Now the idea, the plan is to simply play the move knight e5 with the idea of playing the move knight d3. Okay, knight e5 and knight d3 maybe, or just knight e5, and after knight e5 he can play the move rook f b8 and attack the b2 pawn. So white plays queen to c2 and black plays the move knight e5, and now you see that black has got amazing position. He's going to play rook f b8. Maybe he might play the move c4, or maybe he will directly play knight d3, or he may do some other things. It doesn't matter. So black has got a comfortable position, and basically black can continue playing here. If you see, black is still a pawn down. However, he has enough compensation for the lost pawn. So that's another variation in the Benko gambit. Now next video we are going to talk about a completely new opening. So stay tuned. If you have still not subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button below and click the bell icon so that you never miss a video from me. And in the next video we are going to talk about some very interesting stuff. So stay tuned. If you like this video, you can like it and share your thoughts in the comments, and let me know which openings would you like to see in the future, or some of the openings that you're having troubles. So I would like to solve all those problems and make videos for those particular openings. So stay tuned till the next video. Bye bye.